So my name is King Cartel. I'm here in LA at the courthouse. We just got some terrible news. Tory Lanez was found guilty, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. There was a lot of evidence to show that there was reasonable doubt. The gunshots definitely did not come from him. I felt like the prosecutors were very dirty. I felt like a lot of evidence was tampered with. I feel like in the court of public opinion, a lot of us, our hearts are with Tory Lanez and his family, and we're with him right now, and we're kind of hurt. This is terrible. He was just ripped away from his family right now. It's Christmas in 2 days. His family had to walk out of a courtroom crying because their loved one was teared away from them behind not even being guilty, but behind someone saying, oh, he shot me. That probably has no perfect recollection because she was drunk. This person was belligerent. Megan Thee Stallion was very, very drunk that night. Her own people said it. This came from her team. This came from her own team saying that she had too much, she was doing too much. She was at Kylie Jenner's house. Kylie Jenner had to kick her out because of the way she was acting. She had no proper recollection. You can't just go off on a whim and say, okay, no, he's guilty, he did it. Tory, I know you shot me. Now, it's messed up, Megan, for you to say, I know you shot me. If you don't properly remember, then say that. Say, hey, I don't properly remember what happened that night, but I know I was shot. Cool, we give that to you. You were a victim. That's messed up. You should have never put in harm's way like that. But don't just place blame on one person or say, he shot me, if you don't know who shot you. And then there was an eyewitness that came out and said, I was watching as a female walked back to the car, and then she turned around and a blast came out from her first. The female shot first. So now what are y'all gonna do with that? Ignore that evidence that this eyewitness said that a female shot first, and then Tory Lanez came shooting in the air. He also said two men came and tried to violently break up the fight. So basically, these two women were getting into an altercation. The two men tried to break them up, which shows you that Tory Lanez was trying to end all of this nonsense from the beginning with the security guard. So then he tried to break them apart. The one female comes over and shoots towards Megan, not in the air. The eyewitness didn't say she shot in the air. He said she shot downward. Towards where? Where are your feet? At the ground. They are downward. So he shot downward. Kelsey shot downward, where is Megan's feet. So then that young lady shot that woman. That's messed up for you to automatically say, oh no, Tory Lanez did it because he's the male in this situation. And as far as everyone else saying, they feel like this is tampered with because of Jay-Z and Rock Nation, because Tory Lanez ended up disrespecting him in a way. We all know that Jay-Z is very power hungry, and he's like, if I'm not ruling or I'm not on top of you, or if I don't own you, if you deny me, now you're going to owe me and you're going to wish you did. Now I'm going to get payback for you. We've heard many stories about Jay-Z and many people working with Jay-Z, and there's not good stories. Meek Mills came from under him. Now let's see what happens towards Meek Mills or Meek Mill, or what happens with him now that he basically kicked Jay-Z to the curb. He probably nothing, because Meek Mill has other people next to him now. He has Robert Kraft next to him. He has other people that he's working with who are in power, so Jay-Z probably won't even look towards that direction. But he took a vulnerable person who was now independent, who was excited about having his independence back and not being signed to a label and being able to do other things for young black men. Tory Lanez was signing young black men and women like it was no tomorrow, putting them onto music, breaking new artists. You just took that away from the community. You don't realize the bigger picture and the bigger story here of what you just did. You just ended this man's life, and then you go and ruin the lives of these other individuals who are reliant on him, his strategy, his intelligence, his heart, the way that God built him to help others and to love others, and you took him away from his family. This is not right. I just watched his family walk out of here in tears, crying. His dad, I felt that pain. That pain was ridiculous. I literally felt that pain. That pain was if anyone was here, everyone who was here felt it. So if anyone else was here, you definitely would have felt that pain. I think Tory Lanez is not guilty. I'm going to continue praying for him. I was praying for this to be a good verdict, but you know what? The fight's not done. This is a spiritual warfare, obviously, as well. So I'm going to continue praying for Tory Lanez. I'm going to pray that they actually take this to Supreme Court. I even pray that the president gets involved. I pray that this gets so big that President Biden gets involved. President Biden, we call on you. Get involved with this. This is not right. We call on you, President Biden, to come to Tory Lanez's defense so that he can have a proper a chance at beating this case, and he can have a proper investigation We call on you to seriously do the investigating, to appoint anyone that you have in high spaces, as far as the FBI, the CIA, whoever you may need to appoint, to do actual investigating, not with LA County, that things can be tampered with and they can try to give the evidence that they want to give and hide what they don't. We call on you, President Biden, to honestly give Tory Lanez justice. He was not guilty, and they just took that man away from us. They took him away from his family. They took him away from his fans, his supporter, his loved ones. They took him away from his son. And 2 days before Christmas, right when the holidays are. This is ridiculous. And also, you know what? I pray that Megan Thee Stallion gets no peace every day of her life from this day forward. I pray that she has no peace. I pray that this Christmas for her is endless of sleepless nights. She has no peace. I pray that her relationship gets ruined. And honestly, and I pray that so that she does the right thing. Until she does the right thing, until she comes out and publicly until she gives a statement saying, you know what? Please forgive me. I had no proper recollection of that night. I don't really remember all that happened in detail. And I just can't go on any longer and allow for this young man to be behind bars, behind someone else probably being the shooter in my incident. And I feel like the prosecutor dropped the ball in the investigation and everything, but the prosecutor wanted this to happen. They're all for wins. This is all big business as well. So they want to win. They you know how much money they just got for this win that they just got? The prosecutor, this is what they wanted. They wanted him to lose no matter what the evidence was, no matter if he is truly not guilty. As long as they win and they have their own selfish agenda that this all forms to, that's all they care about. Yeah, but definitely, I pray that Megan Thee Stallion definitely, she comes forward and say, you know what, even looking past whatever embarrassment she might have, saying, okay, I don't want to. She probably didn't want to tell the truth or come forward and say, I don't really remember, because then she had other people supporting her, and she had her fans that might look at her a wrong way, like, oh, you accuse this man. But she also went to that stand and lied. She lied about having sexual intercourse with him. She lied about having any relations with him. She lied about the setup of the incident, him telling her to dance. The eyewitness said he didn't hear anything like that. Kelsey said that he didn't say anything like that. The girl walked in here and asked for immunity immediately. That's a guilty conscience. And you guys didn't put the pressure and lean on her to see what truly happened. I feel like this wasn't a thorough investigation. It wasn't a thorough court case. And honestly, I pray that they take this further and this goes to a Supreme Court and this goes higher. And once again, President Biden, we call on you. Do the right thing. Do the right thing by Tory. This is not justice, but this is our justice system. He's not the only one. Tory Lanez is not the only one that has gone through this. There's men every day fighting for their life, getting guilty verdicts from a courtroom because the prosecutor is just itching for a win. And honestly, this is just a public display because they are celebrities, but this is a public display of, hey, this is what men go through every day. So not only with Tory Lanez does this need to get better, this needs to get better with every black man, every black woman who has had a wrongful conviction.